Hello Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. This week is a little more of a serious video, I guess. Like, I don't know, I hate saying serious video because then it makes it like, oh no, like what is it? It's a talking about it episode, but it's more of a serious talking about it. And I wanted to talk about anxiety and my personal anxiety and my personal experiences with anxiety. It's gonna be kind of just an overall thing. If I talk about anything super triggering that I can think of, I will put a warning up. If not, then this is, you know, the trigger warning that we are going to talk about the very, like, basis of anxiety and different things that make me anxious. If you watch this video and see anything or hear anything that is triggering to you, please shoot me a message. That way I can edit this video again and properly tag it and everything, and like put timestamps, things like that. So we're gonna talk about it. So a couple weeks ago, when I went to film, the first time I went to film Language is Cool, Humans Are Weird, or, you know, reverse title, whatever. I was getting ready to do it, you know, I did my hair, I did my eyebrows and everything. I was like getting ready, and it was a little warm, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna like go sit down for a minute, cool down, get dressed, and then I'm gonna film. And I like came into my room, sat down on the bed to like rest for a minute, and I just got this like overwhelming, like minor anxiety attack. I couldn't figure out what it was. I sat on the bed and I just felt heavy. And I just like laid down and kind of sat there and was like, and I didn't know what to do. I couldn't figure out, you know, what it was, what was causing it. And it really sucked, because then when it finally passed, I felt drained and I felt really unmotivated and I felt frustrated that I had already, you know, done up my eyebrows and brushed my hair and everything, to then just feel like I didn't want to film. I didn't end up filming that day because if I had, I would have pushed myself and that would have just made me feel even worse, and I wouldn't have felt happy with the video quality and all that. But it was just, I like was so frustrated that I couldn't understand what had caused it. But the thing I have to remember is it's not logical. Anxiety is in no way a logical thing. That's why it's like I don't know if we're gonna, is it like a mental illness or a mental disorder? I don't really know what the appropriate like thing to call it. I guess because it's an anxiety disorder, so like a mental disorder. I guess that's why it's classified like as something like that, because it doesn't make any freaking sense. Logically, that day when I filmed, there was nothing. It wasn't like background stress, it wasn't, you know, things I was worried about like at home, it wasn't anything. It was just my brain being an asshole, which it does that a lot. A couple months ago, I want to say months ago, I'm very bad with like timing, so I don't remember when it was, but a couple months ago I posted a video and it was like YouTube and my mental health. That is still relevant, I'm still doing good. It's just lately my anxiety has been a little higher than usual. It's been acting up a lot more than usual, which is very frustrating because overall my mental health is doing fantastic. It's just for whatever reason my anxiety has decided to spike. For whatever reason, my anxiety has decided that it's gonna go up lately. And it's not, I say that, but it's not like a daily thing. It's not like affecting me day to day. It's just like, it likes to come up at very ridiculous times, as I'm sure any of you with anxiety will know that it does. It's annoying. One of the days I was on vacation with my mom, and when I went on to Plymouth with my mom, it might have been the day I didn't film. It might have been the Wednesday, I think it was the Wednesday, because I did intend to film. I was gonna film us like shopping and stuff, but we went to Panera at one point for lunch in like the town, in like the shopping area. Like in a sense it made sense to me because there was a lot of people like right at the entrance and we weren't really sure like where the line was and where like who was coming, who was going. So it is kind of logical in that sense, but in the other sense I have no idea like why I needed to be like this. We got in there and we were in line for like maybe 2 minutes and I just like my anxiety was like in my throat. Like I felt like I was shaking. with the window open, I get all the outside noise. I felt like I was shaking, like I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I like was sweating really bad, and I could feel like the horrible like anxiety like tingles you get like in your hand. And I just couldn't, I'm sitting there and Mom's like, okay, like, where do you want to sit? And I was like, please just figure out a seat for us. Like, I can't. So we went outside, and then I didn't want to be outside, and we went back inside, and I needed to make sure that there was like a wall behind me. Like, I had to make sure I was in a corner because I couldn't, like, I needed to see like all of the exit points and everything. And it was ridiculous. Like, I just felt so silly. Because then as soon as I got my food, I was as soon as I was sat down and was starting to eat, I was completely fine. It went away immediately. I was exhausted afterwards, but like, it just, and I'm sitting here saying it's ridiculous and it's silly, but it's not. For me personally, to look at my own anxiety, it's very much the John Mulaney, like, I also don't want to be doing what I'm doing right now. But anxiety as like a whole, with like something that so many people in this world have to deal with, it's not silly at all. It's debilitating and it sucks. If you're sitting here thinking like whatever caused you to have an anxiety attack is silly or ridiculous, and you're like, I know that's not like a logical thing, I totally get it, and it's okay. It's not logical, but like, it's valid. I hope that like doesn't sound super jerky. It's not logical, because I know my anxiety is not logical a lot of the time. Like, some of it is, most of it isn't. Being in Panera and like having a breakdown is not logical. I'm here to get a salad and a sandwich and mac and cheese. Like, hello? But it's a thing. It's valid. It's something I have to deal with. It's something I have to live with. And it doesn't make it any less real, and it doesn't make my panic any less justified just because it's not logical. If I'm panicking and freaking out over whatever's going on right now in my head, like, that's it. That's life. People are gonna have to live with that because, like, that's just it. You're not doing it on purpose. You're doing it because your brain is a mess sometimes. And that's okay. It's okay to be a mess. It just, I know it sucks, and I like kind of wanted to talk about it, and I kind of wanted to vent about it. My nose is really drippy. I'm so sorry that all you hear is sniffles and watching me rub my nose, but I feel like that's a big staple of this channel. I talked really fast right there. I'm gonna slow it down. Simmer. But yeah, like I said, this video was more of like a little bit of a vent and just like talking in general. Again, I am okay. If you're worried about me, I am okay. Like I said, it's just for whatever reason my anxiety has decided to go up lately. That doesn't mean I'm in a bad spot. That doesn't mean my mental health is like super like deteriorating and I'm like having an episode. I'm okay overall. It's just frustrating that for whatever reason my anxiety wants to like start creeping up and getting like real in there. It's annoying, and I'm gonna fight her if she ever embodies a person. Right? Is that therapeutic to imagine your like anxiety and depression and like your other mental illnesses like as people, so you can just like go like 10 rounds in the ring? Is that therapeutic? I feel like that's therapeutic. That also might just be because I'm like filled with rage at all times. I am honestly a megalodon hunting for sport. Okay, I'm gonna cut myself off here before I get any more rambly and start saying any more weird things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be aware that all of my like social medias are open. I think the best one to go to is Tumblr, because I feel like I don't, but I think Twitter and Instagram might be like locked to only like people I follow. I feel like I don't have it set to that, but it also, like, there's a chance it could be. The best place to probably reach out is Tumblr if you do have one, but please be aware that you can always reach out to me on any of my social medias. They're all linked down below in the description, because I know what it's like a lot of the time. We're all kind of dealing with similar things, and I know, and I've been there, and it literally, if all you want to do, sorry, I just saw something under my bed, if all you want to do is just like scream into the void and having me be the void, if all you want to do is just talk in circles and pretend like you're not having like a mental breakdown, if that's going to help you like calm down, totally fine. My messages, like boxes are always open. Please reach out to me if you feel like you want to. I'm always here for you. I am not a trained professional, but I am here to listen if that's what you need. So please leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! It's because every time I go to sit in this chair, I need to move all the stuff that's on it, and all the stuff that's on it has an excessive amount of cat hair. And I'm mildly allergic to cats. Great.